I went from a 9 to 5 management career in sales to a full time hypnosis career making twice my previous income. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. First, I'd like to tell you my story of how I transitioned from sales into hypnosis and also tell you about the benefits that it brought into my life. So it started about 30 years ago. As I said, I was in management for this sales company. I was actually responsible for about 110 stores and about 60 salespeople. So it kept me quite busy. So when I say 9 to 5, it was actually a lot more than that. So one day, as I was traveling from one city to another, I popped in to visit one of my friends who owned a vacuum cleaner store at the time. And as I was speaking to Ray, he was telling me about his mechanic who works out in the back repairing machines, how he used to do comedy hypnosis. And he said, it was a pretty interesting thing, but he was speaking to me about it and he didn't know too much about the topic in general. So I said, well, can I speak to him? He said, sure. So I walked out back to speak to this gentleman. It was so long ago, I don't even remember his name. But I was asking him about hypnosis, and he was being really evasive and secretive and almost mysterious about it and saying all the different things that he experienced with hypnosis. But he was real busy working and kind of putting me off, almost like, this is a insider thing. It's a secret thing that other people shouldn't know about. Now, for those of you that know me, my personality is if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to go out of my way to do it. That's just the way I am. So he was like, oh, you couldn't do it. So hard to find information. So I started researching it when I got home. And within about 2 weeks, I had already registered to take a 6-day training class. So once I completed the training, I was so impressed with what could be done with hypnosis that I started in right away. Oh, and I want you to know that on my third day of training, I already did my first client session for smoking cessation. In fact, we didn't even cover that until week 4, but you learn so much so quickly, and I was so excited that I wanted to jump right into it. Now, approximately 3 months later, I already had started 3 offices in 3 different cities, one from my home and 2 others in offices sharing, actually with an allergist that I knew, sharing an office with him in both of his offices. So I was doing a full-time business in 3 different cities within 3 months. Now, a little background about me at the time, I was a single dad raising 4 girls by myself. So it was hard to do a full-time job and be there for my kids. In fact, with this new job, I worked between 4 and 5 days a week. I tried to take Tuesdays off as much as I could so I could still go fishing. But usually what I did is I dropped off the kids at school, came back, had my first session, did sessions throughout the day, and was done by 1 o'clock so I could be at the school at 2 o'clock to pick them up and bring them home. And it worked out pretty well. As for financial independence, like I said, within a very short time, I doubled my income from what I had done in sales before. And the beauty of this type career is I was in charge of my income. The more sessions I did, the higher my income was. So if I needed more money, I'd work an extra day. Sometimes I'd work a Saturday and get all the truckers that were going through for smoking cessation. And believe me, if you're good at what you do, the word gets around, and they were spreading the word to their friends. And sometimes I even had several trucks lined up down Main Street waiting for their turn to be hypnotized. Now, the personal growth that comes from becoming a hypnotist is I learned so much along the way to be able to help myself and my family. I was able to help my children with doing better in school, with confidence, with self-image. There's so many areas you can help with. So I guess you could say, to make a long story shorter, it's something that truly changed my life, raised my income, and gave me the time to be able to raise my family and have a great life for them as well. If you'd like to learn more about hypnosis and to see how easy it is to get started, go ahead and click on the link below to visit our hypnosis certification webpage and be sure to get your free gift while you're there. And from experience, I can tell you, it will change your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye-bye now.